Yeah, it's like I'm not a vegan though, for sure. I like fish. I like fish. So I have started back eating fish for those people that was watching my journey as well. I am majority plant-based, but I eat fish. I still don't eat dairy. Also, people that are vegan or do eat a lot of fish, shellfish can cause crystals, like kidney stones. I did not know that crystals turn to kidney stones. I found that out. I had some stomach issues a couple weeks ago. Went to the emergency room. In my urine, it was crystals. And I'm like, well, I eliminated everything. No longer alcohol, no longer eating cheese. And I looked it up. Shellfish could cause it, so I have been staying away from shellfish. So when I do eat fish, it's salmon, catfish. Also, oysters are not considered a shellfish. It's like in the family of like scallops and stuff like that. So it takes a lot of reading and digging to figure out like that, like to I guess figure out a good healthy diet that fits you. But I'm majority vegan. I like eating better makes my mental better. And since I've been in such a rough patch, I realized that I have to eat better and I have to maintain some things to at least keep myself level to a certain degree. Like, I understand that therapy can help this and the other, but even with therapy, it's like I still got to figure out who I am. Like, I can talk about my surrounding issues, but what's really going on in my head is like the issue. And it's like, I don't know. And it's like, I don't know. And it's like, I don't know. I wonder if people sit there and figure out who they are. Like, or we just take on so many roles in life. We just take on jobs. We take on parenting. We take on dating. We take on all these other. We take on being activists and being politicians and being motivational speakers and stuff. And it's like, but who are you? Like, if nothing exists and only you exist, what would you do? And it's like, I don't know. It's like if you're scared to stop moving, because then you might just like being in the cycle. Like even being in the cycle, I didn't just have to deal with myself. I got to deal with people around me. I got to still talk to people about their issues. I got to talk to people about how they ended up here and stuff. So it's like, yeah, I ended up here because and it's easy to pass it off as crazy. I ended up here because I was crazy. And I think that's that also is a big thing though with dating though. That everybody think I'm crazy, and it's like, damn, I said I was depressed, not schizophrenic or something like that. The schizophrenia isn't really crazy. It's a delusion. Like it's like a delusion that you need medication or sometimes probably natural helps to it. But of course they won't tell us those things. But it's not, you're not crazy. It's just that my brain works differently. It's like we don't call nobody else crazy for their rest of their organs working differently. But only when the brain works different, you crazy as hell. And it's like I ain't never did nothing crazy in my life. The craziest thing I ever did. The craziest thing I ever did was definitely go through labor and delivery. Craziest thing. Like, now looking back at the situation, it's crazy because I didn't know the risk factors of having a child. I knew nothing. I just was 20, in a relationship, had a baby. And then I found out the risk factors. You could die doing this. No one tells you that. You can die. And I'm like, think I could have died? I mean, I'm glad I didn't, but wow. And that's the craziest thing is that suffering with suicidal ideation, but also not wanting no one to kill you is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, that's a lot. Like, I'm fine with some, okay, if people, like, they don't like the dark humor, it's okay if I want to kill myself, but it's absolutely not okay if you want to kill me. That's not acceptable. Like, I can't take that from you, like, and that's the thing. Like, I fear death in a sense if I'm unaware of how death comes on. And I think that's what the issue is. Like, I'm scared to die unexpectedly. But with suicide, that's not an unexpected death. Like, I knew the outcome of that situation. I knew what was surrounding me. I knew how life was going at that time. The only thing that scares me about that is that I will never know the outcome of my child's life. Everybody else's life is like, I understand that, but everybody else lives their own life. But I do understand that me having a mom, and me having a daughter, how much your mother has an impact on your life, and how much like how do you go on with that, and then how do you take that mentally as a child, knowing your mother wanted to leave the earth, and how do you not feel like you had nothing to do with this? Or, like, why wasn't I enough, or was I the problem? And those are two things that I would never want my child to have to mentally deal with. So it's like, okay, I need to get a hold of the mental health to figure it out. But sometimes that when I do show people grace in those situations, because sometimes your mind plays so many tricks on you that you aren't aware of who you are anymore, or where you are, or your responsibilities. And your mind can weigh so heavy on you that you feel like a burden to even those that need you. And with that, a lot of these mothers that have taken their life and left their children, they feel like their children would be better off without them. So it's never them being selfish and saying that I can't handle this, but they feel like they might have a more promising life ahead of them without me being present. So it's a and then sometimes people, it's already too far gone before they're able to catch themselves in their actions. So that's because everybody think that suicide is selfish, but most people that commit suicide, I think they're doing an act of selflessness. So it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. I don't think anyone commits suicide because they want to hurt people's feelings. I think it's just their feelings are hurt, and it comes to a point of unmanageable feelings being hurt. And I think that a lot of people just go through life with their feelings being hurt. We just go through life. Feelings get hurt. Life keep going. You gotta go to work. Gotta do this, that, and the other. Feelings are hurt. Sometimes you're triggered. Sometimes you're upset. We don't go to therapy. No, that's not therapy. They don't go to therapy. Don't talk about it. You just go on with life, and then you live. You kind of learn. You kind of live. You kind of learn too. And then you like die one day, and then that's just it. But you could also die of a broken heart too, though. So sometimes when those feelings are hurt, you might want to look into that, because I think that's I think of young people going into cardiac arrest and stuff like that. Your heart can beat differently and change. A nurse is telling me that your heart can change due to some of your traumatic experiences. So that is, and I'm not sure that I don't want to come to organs. I'm not sure how things heal or organs heal. But I think that might be something that from that real broken heart experience, you might want to seek help in therapy. Because that was probably a lot of my drinking. That drinking could took me to an early grave. The way I was drinking, I was getting towed up 4-5 times a week. Like I was to the point where my clients knew that I was probably gonna be late or moving appointments around because I got a hangover. I can't come do your hair like this. I can't even see right now. I don't know what's going on. Like, my head's spinning. I'm grouchy because I'm drunk. My stomach hurts. I'm in pain. Like, as much as fun as I had in the moment, I am in pain, excruciating pain the next day. And I just kept on, like, just going at it. I'm getting in car accidents now. I realized that it is me as a driver and not me as a drinker that gets in car accidents, because I have still hit a few things. I drive a little close. So that is a thing. But I realized, like, I was still, like, putting myself in, I was putting myself in crazy situations. I was, like, the way I was drinking was not even reasonable. Like, I was just drinking because that was what it was to do. Like, the sun out today, like, the way the sun is out the window today, that would have been enough for me to go to the liquor store. Like, that's it. Right there, like, man, it was like a day to drink. Every day was a day to drink. Every day was a day to drink. Or something, have a little glass of wine or something. And it's like, it's a social norm, to drink. To, I need to relax, I need to unwind, I need to have a glass of wine. My glass of wine turned into a bottle of wine. Then it turned into 2 bottles of wine. Now it turned into maybe, I'm going to grab me a shot of tequila. So then at this point, now I done drunk 2 bottles of wine, I took 3 shots of tequila, and I need to get up in the morning and take my baby to school. Yeah, no. It was bad. I was spiraling. I was just, but I mean, I was a fun drunk, so no one ever said anything about it, I was fun, but I also hated the fact that I was very self-conscious when I was drinking because I couldn't remember much. So I had to wake up and just act like I ain't give a fuck about the fact that I blacked out for the 50th time this month. But I am so self-conscious. I do not know what I did. I don't know what I said. I don't know who I ran into. That bad used to eat at me a lot, and I just used to drink again and forget about it. So, but it was like that was a big one. I didn't know, like, and I didn't even understand why people stayed around me while I was like this. It was weird. It was overwhelming. I know it was stressing my mom out real bad because, like, you know, she picked up on it. And I was mad at everybody else for picking up on it. Like, everybody drink, everybody have fun. It was like, yeah, not like that though. You know, and I think that's another thing that steers me away from people now because some people want me to drink still. They like, you ain't never gonna drink again? It's like, why? Like, I still go out and have fun. Why do I have to actually intake the alcohol? I mean, it's like, I mean, but you don't know what? That's what I do on a shot. But that's one shot can go down. Like, I could just keep taking a shot after a shot. I don't feel comfortable drinking anymore. I don't even feel comfortable picking up a drink. It doesn't feel right for me to drink. So I was saying, no, like, it's easy. Like, my issue wasn't eating, you know, even though I did go vegan. I went vegan to cleanse my body. But my issue wasn't eating. My issue was drinking. And so I can go back to eating fish without having to indulge in dairy, without having to indulge in meat. And then, well, I can start back eating certain things and still keep things eliminated. But that's not the way that I could do it with drinking. So without going back down the rabbit hole and dealing with that dark past, because I'm about to say everybody got a demon, and liquor was definitely the demon in my life. Alongside one of my other demons that I will talk about later on in these next, you know, episodes. But I do want to say thank you everyone that continue to tune in, that are tuning in, that are here for this journey, that, you know, sometimes just want to hear me talk. But I am Eva Darling, and I am a loctician on the south side of Chicago. Keep that in mind at all times. Yeah.